On today's throwback, we're going to be having a look at Neca Real Toys. We're looking at the Seed of Chucky Family Box Set. Now you'll notice, for one thing, the figures inside are loose. I've already obviously reviewed these in an earlier video, but I definitely wanted to go back and reshoot this video. For one thing, I think the lighting on the original video was a little harder to see. Plus, I also want to give these proper ratings. One thing you'll also notice is 2 of the 3 figures are missing arms. We'll get into that in a second. Obviously, if you've watched the other video, the original video, you'll know why. If you haven't watched the video, you're going to find out. You're totally going to find out. Package-wise, there's really not much to it. It looks as if they've got it almost in a picture frame, at least the box. And then you've got the 3 characters inside. The Seed of Chucky on the front there. And on the side, we've got some images from Seed of Chucky. These are actually these are the figures, not necessarily from the actual movie. On the back, again, pictures of the actual figures, not of the movie. And then it says Family Portrait, and on the other side, Ready for the Big Night. And on the side, got a picture of Chucky, looking very cool. Picture of Tiffany down below. So there you go. Oh, figures are already starting to come loose in here. What we're going to do is we're going to get this opened up. If you were a fan of the Seed of Chucky movie, then you are definitely in luck, my friends, because today, again, we're going to do a throwback on the Seed of Chucky box set. So stay tuned, guys. There is more on the way. Alright, so we've got them out of package. Ironically, the one figure that does not want to stand no matter how hard I try is Chucky. We'll get into the figures in a second. Let's actually go through the accessories that they come with first. And again, I'm glad that I'm doing a throwback on these guys. I did want to do a throwback, on these figures at one point because I just wanted to do the review a little better justice than how the original review turned out. So let's actually go through the accessories. The first being his amulet with the caption on the back here. I think you guys can see that. And it's on a real chain too, which I really like as well. It's long, it certainly is long. But I guess if you could wrap it around, you could probably put it around Chucky's neck or, whatever. But you do get the amulet. Other things that you get with this set, you get yourself an axe. Nicely colored. You get yourself looks to be like a serrated bread knife. So if Tiffany wants to make sandwiches for the boys, she can make herself, she can cut some bread. Speaking of knives, you also get a standard slashy knife, butcher knife with the set as well. Of the more disgusting things you get yourself a turkey baster with a little bit of something on the end. If you're wondering what that little something is, the rest of it would actually be inside of this jar. Anybody want to take a guess? Obviously, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what's in this container. We'll just leave it at that. But these are neat. I mean, obviously, you can't really have them holding them, but I guess if you have them on display, you could have the accessories around the sides. The turkey baster is probably one of the funnier things to get. A little bit of drip on the end there. Alright, so actually, those are the accessories. Let's have a look through the figures. We'll pick up Chucky first, because poor Chucky fell. Fix his hair a bit. And I mentioned this already, I'm glad I'm reshooting these videos because I can give you guys hopefully a better review this time around. Let's zoom into Chucky's face. Show you guys all the detailing on his face. Very nice, very nicely detailed. So much so that if I actually lift up his hair, you can actually see all the staples and everything keeping this doll together, which I really like. So much so actually I try to probably find a way to kind of keep some of this hair back just to show some of that really nice detail that you miss by having the hair forward. Okay, let's not style the hair too much in this review. We don't want people to get the wrong idea. There we go. But the face is very nice. The hair almost seems a little too long, but I do like the fact that they've gone the route of having the real hair, or real doll hair if you will, over a sculpted plastic hair. You sometimes just can't get the same effect that you would with the doll hair in these figures. If I zoom back, you can see all the nicely detailed rips and everything in his overalls. Sporting his good guy's outfit. For an older figure too, I got to say that the detailing and the paint is very nice on these figures too. Right down to the good guy's footprint on his feet and shoes there. Now, when I was mentioning that the arms, unfortunately, are off two of the figures, Chucky being one of them. Why couldn't it have happened to Glen? But no, it had to happen to poor Chucky. Just take the arm and rip it off here. No more broken than what it was. Unfortunately, the reason why I didn't glue these on before I reshot this review was because I wanted to show you guys the arms. I'll zoom in to the arm socket here. And it was one of the problems that the earlier Neca figures seemed to have. The way that their pin and socket joint worked made for a very fragile connection. I don't know if you guys can see that all right. But there were several figures that suffered from this. Thankfully, they've actually changed out this joint. This joint is no longer on their newer figures, but there are some of the older figures. More notorious are the right around the time of the Night He Came Home, the Evolution of Evil Michael Myers sets, certainly the Seed of Chucky sets. Around that time frame, do be careful with those figures because they all seem to rely on this peg joint. Luckily the shoulder area is rounded as if it's a ball joint, so even without gluing, you can kind of push it back in its socket, and it does actually hold the arm. You can't obviously bend the arm out or anything like that, because the moment you do, the arm will fall out. But it's certainly a quick fix if you don't necessarily want to glue the arm, because at least then you can kind of pose the arm somewhat in a position that you want, and then just kind of stick it back in its socket. The only thing I could really comment on that I don't like about these figures is that the arms seem a little longer than what they should be. It could maybe just be my opinion of it, but it does seem like the arms seem to be just a little bit longer than what they should. That aside though, I don't really remember how I commented on them in my initial video, but I do really like the Chucky. I do really like the Chucky. Maybe at the time that I shot the initial review, and he's playing with the hair again. Maybe at the time that I shot the initial review, I commented that I liked the Bride of Chucky Chucky face a little bit more, but the coloring I liked on this figure. Now that I'm doing the throwback on it, I can kind of say that I like this figure a little bit more. I think it's warmed up to me a lot more than what it did initially. We'll put the knife back in his broken arm. Oh, Chucky. We'll stick that back into place. Chucky here, I am going to give a solid 8.52. For no other reason. You don't even have to necessarily get the other two figures. Luckily, they're all in the one set. But I would say the Chucky is well worth getting. Unfortunately, Yeah, he doesn't want to stand on this set, but a very nice figure. We're going to lay him down. We'll have a look at Tiffany now. And Tiffany, again, sports a really, really nice face sculpt. We'll zoom in the camera here so you guys can get a good look here. And she also does suffer the same problem as the Chucky. I don't know, I might glue these, I might just leave them. I don't know, I might just leave them. But the face is really, really nice on Tiffany. She's on a really loose ball joint, it seems, on the head. The articulation is the same on all three figures. They've got a ball jointed head, which again, really loose on Tiffany. They've got ball jointed shoulders. You can move the arms back and forth, but again, be very careful when moving these arms. The arms can rotate. Tiffany's can rotate. Chucky's actually bends. He actually bends at the elbow. You can rotate the hand. No waist articulation on Tiffany. No waist articulation on Chucky, but a very nice detail on Tiffany. One of these days, I'm actually going to shoot the review of the Bride of Chucky box set from Movie Maniacs. I'm on the fence though. I really like the Tiffany from the Bride of Chucky, but I think I like this one a little bit more as well. And it just goes to show that taking a break from reviewing something and then going back to it, you can kind of appreciate the figure a little bit more. The detailing on her is very nice, right down to the tattoo. I think you guys can see it. We'll zoom in. This is as close as you're going to get to pornography on this channel. You can see there's a tattoo that says Chucky. But a very, very nice doll. Action figure. I'm going to stay away from saying dolls on this review. Tiffany, I'm going to give 7.54. A very, very great, good figure. These two on their own are well worth the purchase. Unfortunately, due to the fact that their arms are broken, don't really help the matter. But I do like the figures quite a bit. And I just dropped his knife. Come on, keep it together, guys. Keep it together. These two are worth the purchase. Now, you do get a third figure, too. Unfortunately, I think he's the more disappointing of the lot. So we'll put Tiffany there. Chucky still not going to stand, so we'll just lay him down. Let's have a look at their darling son, Glen. A creepy, creepy figure. Ironically, well, it's based on the movie Glen, who is just as creepy. He's sporting this the same doll-style hair, and I don't know. Is it just me? Kind of looks like early David Bowie. Gun control to Major Tom. He's sporting his purple shirt. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of this figure. I don't also like the fact that his legs are so close together. With the arms and everything the way it is, it just kind of looks like he's a clothes peg. You just kind of hang your clothes with Glen. He has no... he only has articulation, it seems, in the shoulders. You can rotate the hands, but there doesn't seem to be any articulation from this area here. There is slight articulation in the waist on him, but not really much. Glen, nice enough figure, I guess, but I just don't like the character. I guess I can't grade him badly based on that. But I'm gonna give Glen maybe a 7. I don't know. He's definitely not one of my favorites from this set. Now this is definitely worth picking up. I don't know how easy to find, granted, nowadays, but definitely a nice set to get. Do be cautious though, as the spot tells you once again. Do be careful with the arms on these guys, because again, if you're not careful, they're gonna break right off. But today's throwback. See, now Glen's not even gonna stand. That's what happens when you got legs like that. Not gonna stand. There we go. Today's throwback, we were having a throwback on the Neca Real Toys Seed of Chucky 3-pack. Definitely worth picking up, if not for only getting this guy and Tiffany. The Glen you could probably do without, but still worth picking up. I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. There are more throwbacks on the way. And I will see you guys next time.